This is my brother Eddie, and thus far, his entire life has been defined by one word, the A word, autism.
I always remember Eddie as a loving child.
He was a silly, cute little boy. He always had a little hat on him. He was just a very good boy. I just love him. But when I first heard that he was on the spectrum, I wasn't surprised.
There were certain things that he would do physically that made us realize when he was very little.
Autism is a spectrum disorder that manifests itself in many different ways, like intense focus could be a symptom of autism.
Keep walking. Eddie, come on.
Inappropriate behavior of the person makes other people feel uncomfortable.
Can I take my pants off?
Oh, usually that's not allowed in school.
Hey!
Intense need to see what's going on around them.
To you, happy birthday.
Two.
Mommy's got a boo-boo on his
Yes,
finger.
Mommy's got a boo-boo on her finger.
Some people are not always accepting of him.
Eddie's got a very big personality, and he always wants validation. He always wants stimulation from other people.
Eddie has grown a lot. He's come a long way from when he was little.
He's definitely started talking to people more in a way that's like asking how they are, and it's things like what they're doing later, rather than just telling them to say a certain word that he wants them to say.
He has found more patterns that he finds relaxing and comfortable.
He seems to have more comfort in being Eddie than he used to.
Here, I could end the story with a big red bow, give some soulful monologue about how we should see each other not for what makes us different, but for what makes us the same, which I guess is all good and well and everything, but that just reinforces the idea that we should only pay attention to what normal is and validate people in relation to an undefinable value we all seem to have. That wouldn't be doing Eddie justice. He deserves to have his whole story told, not just the part that fits neatly into a 3-act structure. So here's the other part, the one where he's not defined by how the world changes for him, but by how he changes the world. Here is The Art of Having an Eddie.
Having an Eddie means you always have to be a little bit more on your toes and expect the unexpected.
He is very much a personality.
Eddie is very methodical.
I was standing in line with Eddie, and we got to the end when Eddie announced that there were 19 fans in the ceiling above us in the wait for the ride, and that 7 of them were broken.
I remember one time we were at the beach when he was maybe 5 or 6, and within 5 minutes able to tell me which light switch did what and which lights were out and needed to be replaced.
Eddie has perfect pitch.
Eddie's Mr. Social, yes. Eddie's very social.
Every day when I see Eddie, he asks me how Abby is and how Zoe is, and those are my 2 dogs. And then he goes through my entire family and asks how both my brothers are, how my mom is, and how my dad is.
Most people go into the grocery store and just shop for their groceries and get their things and leave. Eddie knows half the people at the store, whether they work there or customers.
I know my friends named JJ, Kim, Dan, and Eric, but he retired, and Trish, but she wasn't there yesterday or today. But I saw Cheryl, she works Sundays. She doesn't work Saturdays, honey.
He remembers everything you tell him, especially your middle name.
He just is a great kid.
You can only see the good in people, which is beautiful.
My life would not be the same without him.
He is thoughtful,
Precise,
Outgoing,
Very attentive.
Adorable,
honest, silly,
caring,
friendly,
loving,
considerate.
Which makes him so special.
This is my brother Eddie, and thus far, his entire life has been defined by one word, a word that he is so much more than.